TMG on tour, and we have TMG in the studio with us at the moment. And Ted, it's been a great period for TMG with Jump in My Car, Darktown Strutter's Ball, Jamaica Rum, and now the last two. Why do you reckon TMG has been so successful when other groups have come and sort of gone, even though they may have had talent?
Probably because I'm so good looking.
It's their drama.
I don't know, it's hard to say. Maybe we had a good start in putting things out when it was maybe just right. Maybe the company had the records out just at the right time. It's hard to say, really.
You don't know any sort of special formula for the success?
Other than the looks, no.
We'll plug the LP first. We'll give you a free plug here. You've got a new LP out on Mushroom. What's it called?
Yeah, the TMG album. It's got nice little photographs of when we were all kids inside, and
Googa bugboards?
yeah, and it's if you don't like the record, it's something to laugh at, the photos anyway.
And there's a double-sided A single from it.
Yeah, Shalalali and Naturally.
Yeah.
Talking just about Ted Mulry for a moment, without the rest of the group. Now, this is the second time that you've virtually tasted success. There was Julia and Falling in Love Again. When was that, about 1970?
70, yeah. 70, Julia came out. 70, end of 71 was Falling in Love Again. And
Yeah, that was
Marsha
around about 50, 58, wasn't it?
That was
52.
1970 or 1870. It seems like a long time ago.
I knew the guys, like Herman and Les. They were in a band called Velvet Underground. I'd known them from like 70 when I started.
Yeah.
They'd been going for about 50 years then. And
We teamed up with him when we met him on the comeback trail.
and we just sort of all got on well, and we just, it just happened. We just
So was
got
it-
together.
was
We all picked him up out the gutter.
Was it a band looking for a singer, Gary, or was it a singer looking for a band?
Yeah.
Bit of both, actually.
It was just one of those things where we didn't say let's form a band. It
Yeah.
just sort of happened. There was a few gigs to do, so we just got together and did them. And
We used to rehearse. We had days off where we just play around in a shed, just learning new songs for the hell of just playing it. Remember all those old songs? And
we've
just end up
been
doing some
together.
jobs.
We just did Matara a few weeks ago, and that was our
Yep.
5th anniversary. So the band's been together 5 years now.
5 years.
Yeah.
And Matara was our first gig too.
The TMG sound, it's been accepted right across Australia as a really good top 40 sound, for the want of a better word. The strutting sound, I think somebody has referred to it as. How did this come around? Was it just by accident, or is that just the sort of thing you like doing on stage, just moving around to that beat?
Just what happens when you've got speakers that are no good.
It's just how we play, it comes natural.
So it comes naturally, doesn't it?
Oh,
All right.
there's a pun.
Sorry. Do you prefer to write your own material, or you look at old songs that you may be able to revive, like Darktown Strutter's Ball? I think.
There's a few old songs around that you could do that are good, that you could still do nice things with, like put a bit of beef in them. They'd probably come up all right.
Dinah.
But yeah, but I think on the whole, it's just the writing thing is just a hobby anyway. I mean, it's just something I'm doing.
But we do prefer to write our own
your
material,
own
I
stuff,
think.
Do you get any other ideas from other artists and or their music? Do you sit and listen to anything in particular at any special time?
I think we basically all like the same sort of thing, although there might be a few different cassettes that Herm's got to Les or whatever. Or,
Yeah.
But basically we all like the same sort of music, which is virtually rock and roll.
Is there ever any time, a lot of groups have broken up at the height of their success, ever any time when you thought you'd just like to give it all away?
Today.
Even the band.
You can see why, actually. I remember
Even the band, boy.
some time ago when a couple of other name groups sort of split up, and you say, oh gee, they're going to be fools to break up at the peak of their career. But really, the more involved in the business you get, and perhaps the more successful, and the more debts you incur, and the more problems you get with things like your record company and so on and so on and so on. The list is just unending, and I can see a person being driven by frustration into giving it up. But what are you laughing at? Ted's laughing at your face, so you can't see much. Just
No, it's
Radio
that's not a funny line, but
we have often have little arguments and that, but we never sort of think about splitting up, if that's what you mean.
What would you do if it ever happened? Would you?
Well, Gaz would get a
Form
fish
another
and chip
band?
shop.
Yeah,
Gaz
yeah.
would get a fish and chip shop.
I get a Jack
my
dealership.
Where
I don't
to
know.
from here? what can we look forward to for the rest of the year and for next year for TMG, as it is at the moment then?
Well, depending on what happens with this single we've got out at the moment, depending on how long it's going to be in the chart at all, will depend on whether another single comes out before the end of the year. If it dies in the clacker soon, we'll have to put out another one.
It's got 2 chances actually, but why the double A side? Was it just because you liked both the songs and couldn't
Yeah,
decide?
right. A lot of stations that had played the album, there was people saying, we like this one, we like that one, this one, that one. And those two sort of came up pretty heavily in the conversation, and we just didn't know which to put as the A side or the B side, so
made them both A sides.
Yeah.
We hope the tour does go well for you. Thanks for talking to us, Herman, Gary, Les and Ted from TMG.
Thanks.
Right.